Alright, welcome back. See, I think I'm doing better with my hands. Not throwing them up in the air as much. Welcome back, going all crazy. As I fucking scratch myself here. Don't know why I got an itch there. Like I said, welcome back. Yet again, I don't know how many times I'll say welcome back. Welcome back, welcome back. To an NFL Tuesday here on the V.O.C. YouTube channel. Let's get into it. I think, like I've said before, I think we're slowly starting to... You can't just jump in on the NFL. The NFL season in college is completely different. You're going to have, teams in college that jump out, and exactly. NFL, it's week by week. You have to slowly watch the process emerge. Last week the Ravens were the hottest team. They lose this week. You know what I mean? You have those games. The Bills, a couple weeks ago, were the hottest team. Now the Titans are one of the hottest teams along with the Bengals. It is one of those things where you can't just jump to conclusions and be like, oh my gosh, boom, boom, boom. You have to slowly fill it out, and we are slowly starting to see it. Like I said, I think first couple weeks in November, I think that is when I will really start to definitively make decisions and say this team is that, this team's that, this team's not that good. I'm not making those right now because they're not there. But I will go through a couple headlines here. The Chiefs continue to struggle. They get destroyed by the Titans. They have to figure some stuff out. They're 3-4. This was one of those games where it didn't feel like they had a shot. Mahomes has looked terrible this year. But, like I said before, and I will continue to say, until they are dead, they're not dead. Mahomes, I think, he deserves a lot of criticism for how they've played, but you can't blame it all on one person. I know what we do with the Chiefs is okay, he makes all these crazy plays, we give him all the credit, but we cannot just, give him all the blame, too, for all this. So, like I said, slowly have to see it, but until they're dead, they're not dead. That might be the title of this video. Titans, like I said, they beat the Chiefs this week. They're now 5-2. The question is, can Derrick Henry lead them all the way? I don't know. I don't know if a running back can lead you all the way nowadays. It sure feels like that. He didn't have 100 yards rushing, but they used a lot of play-action pass. He threw a touchdown pass, a little jump pass where he fakes. He's done it a few other times. Can he lead them? I don't know. I do like Mike Vrabel. I do like what they play with. And the intensity they play with, they get on you, they get at you. That's what they do. That is who they are. So I don't know. Can the Titans? It looks like they're going to possibly run through the division, so they'll have an easy go to win the division. But we'll see. The Cardinals stay undefeated. How long can they go? I think this week they get their first loss. They're 7-0. They play the Packers this week, who are 6-1. I hate saying it. I hate the Packers. I hate Aaron Rodgers. But I think the Packers beat the Cardinals this week. It's a Thursday night game. It's a quick turnaround. I think the Cardinals have a lot going for them. It's in Arizona, but I just feel like Aaron Rodgers and the Packers get the job done, and they beat them. And, this isn't... I'm not one of those guys that's hating on the Cardinals. Boom, I don't think they can do it, but I just... Not fully proven. I don't fully trust their coach yet, and I kind of somewhat do Matt LaFleur, even though I don't always agree with some of the things he says or some of the ways he handles the offseason. But I think them versus the Cardinals, I like the Packers this week. But the Cardinals are still going to be a tough team. They're going to continue to be at top with the Rams. I just don't think they'll end up winning the division over the Rams, but we don't know. We have to wait and see. Like I said before, the Bengals are hot right now. They are now 5-2. They have the best record in the AFC. Who would have thought after 7 games the Bengals would have the best record in the AFC? I didn't think it. Nobody thought it. Unless you were Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, you wouldn't have thought it. Are they the best team in the AFC, though? I don't think so. Not necessarily. I think Buffalo's better than them. I think the Titans are better than them. You can't say the Ravens are better because the Ravens obviously lost, but I think the Bills and the Titans are better than the Bengals. I think the Bengals are one of those teams that are really hot right now. Burrow and Jamar Chase look unstoppable. They just destroyed the Ravens, blew right past them in Baltimore. But I still have a lot of concerns about their team. I think that they'll be one of those teams that fade out as the season slowly goes on. They still have to play the Steelers, who don't have necessarily the best offense, but their defense is still really, really good. They still have to play the Browns, who have a really good defense and have a really tough team, even with Baker out. Their run game will get at you. And then they have to play the Ravens again. The Ravens are going to be pissed off. The Ravens are going to want to fucking kill them next game. And there's going to be a difference when they play this next game. But I love how the Bengals are playing. Joe Burrow, or like my dad says, Burrows. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase have been unstoppable. He had over 200 yards. Great for fantasy football. Destroying on my team. But, like I said, I still question their coach, Zach Taylor. I don't... who the fuck is Zach Taylor? That's the question. Who is Zach Taylor? I don't know. You don't know. So I don't know. The O-line's still an issue. Protecting Joe Burrow. You have to protect Joe Burrow. And they're going, like I said, they're going to play some teams that have some really good pass rushes. So can Joe Burrow stay the course with this offense? And then their defense still has some holes. They have some decent pass rushers, but there's still some holes overall in that defense. So like I said, they're hot right now. I think it's one of those where I don't know if a lot of teams have seen them and they're playing good, or are they just really that good? Time will tell. But in my opinion, right now, if I had to make a choice, and I'll wait on this, but I just have a gut feeling that they fade out a little bit. They'll slowly fade out through the end of the year. But, I don't know. Could happen, couldn't happen. I talked about yesterday Tom Brady and the 600 touchdown pass. Let me try and find the updated version of what that guy got. I talked about it yesterday, and as soon as I got done making the video, it officially came out what the guy that caught the 600 pass got. So he got 2 signed jerseys and a helmet from Tom Brady, a signed Mike Evans jersey, and his game cleats. Like I said yesterday, he got the $1,000 credit to his team store, and he got 2 season tickets for the rest of the season and next. I don't know where those are at. But Tom made the joke. It was pretty funny this week. Tom said the guy gave up all his leverage. The guy had no leverage. Yeah, he did. That guy pulled one of the dumber fucking things you could do. Oh, let me just give it back all right away. Look, I love Tom as much as the next guy said that yesterday's video. Go watch Miscellaneous Monday videos. But you gotta keep it a little bit. You gotta say, hey, no. I want to give Tom the ball. But look, that's what that guy ended up getting. It's pretty fair for a guy that accidentally got a football thrown his way. I mean, you'll take that. So not too bad. All right, the last thing I'll talk about here, the 49ers. Talk about how great they are, how good and talented they are. They are talented in some areas of their team. Overall, though, they're not a very good organization from top to bottom. I could make an argument, and I believe this now. I said it watching the game. I said if the 49ers lose this game against the Colts, Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, I think, be looking at their jobs and going, do we keep them? Are we going to get fired? Look, I like Kyle Shanahan as a coach. I really do, but just not been consistent. He's had 1 winning record. This is crazy because we think about him being as one of the better coaches. We put him up there with Sean McVay and all this. He is 31-39 as a head coach. 31-39. This is his 5th year coaching. I had to do some math there. Excuse the fuck out of me. But he's 31-39 as a coach. Crazy. He's only made the playoffs once, and he only had 1 winning season. That's when they went to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I thought that they should have won the Super Bowl, and I thought they could have. Everybody thinks that way, but they didn't. In 2017, his first year, 6-10. Okay, it's your first year. 2018, 4-12. 2019, they were 13-3. Wow, this team's really good. They're young. They have all these young talents, dominating. And then, they had some injuries last year, but they were 6-10. What? This year, they're now 2-4, and they don't look like they're any better than what they were last year. And mind you, they are in probably the toughest division, and they're right there in their own division with the Seahawks, who don't have their fucking starting quarterback in Russell Wilson. And look, I get it. Jimmy Garoppolo's not the. I get it. But you draft Trey Lance. He's hurt, and when he has played, he doesn't look tremendously good. You just don't they look like a team that is going to fire their coach and their GM at the end of the year. Just like the Bears. They're one of those teams that's looking like, boom, you're going to get we're just going to revamp this. We'll try it again. We'll find a guy that liked the quarterback you drafted, and we'll build. I believe that that Jed York, their CEO, their owner, should highly, highly consider firing Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch if they have a bad year at the end of the year again. Because are you going up? No. You went up. You went your first year, then you went down, then you made a big up, and then you've slowly gone down every year since. I don't get it. They made that big trade up to get Trey Lance. So you think, they're going to play him. No, we're going to stick with Jimmy Garoppolo. Which I get it. You want to win games, and Jimmy's won you games. But look, and mind you, this is the same organization that in 2014 parted ways with Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh, when he was fired, parted ways, whatever you want to call it, was 44-19-1. He had a 69% win percentage, and he was 5-3 in the playoffs, and he went to the Super Bowl and almost won the fucking Super Bowl. So he's way better than Kyle Shanahan, got to a Super Bowl, almost won it, but he's won more than Kyle Shanahan has. He only lost 19 games. What? Kyle Shanahan, in his first 2 years, lost 22 games. Harbaugh only lost 19 in 4 years. You're going to sit here and say, give these guys, continue to give them a chance? I do not see it. If they continue to have a losing record, they should be fired. But, look, I get it. I'm one of those guys. I really like Kyle Shanahan. But is he a head coach? I don't think so. At this point, I don't think so. To me, he feels... He's a college coach to me. I think he's one of those guys that feels pro coach. Like, he thinks he's a pro coach, but he feels college to me. That's what he feels like to me. And I think it's crazy to think that they're just this great and blah, 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 and they just haven't. When you sit back and you look at it, you go, wow, they're really not that good. They have fallen behind in their division, and they have fallen behind with the other teams in the NFL. They have the worst quarterback in the division. The coach don't know anything about. You could argue him or Cliff Kingsbury, I think Shanahan wins that a little bit just because he's done it for a year and he made it to the Super Bowl. But they've not done anything since. I don't know what their problem is, but I think it's crazy to look at the numbers and say this is what they've been since their one good year. And you look at it, it's overall consistency is not there. I don't know. I thought it was crazy to look at. I thought about it during the game of if do they keep their jobs or do they not. And to me, an organization that got rid of Harbaugh or let him walk with that great of a record in 4 years, you let these guys stay around for 5 years with their records, I don't get it. I don't. Like I said, that's going to wrap it up for today's episode on the V.O.C. NFL Tuesdays. Like I said, I don't want to go crazy and get into these rants and I'm not that guy. I'm just not screaming A. Smith that you see on the big 4 letters every day. That's not what I do. I like to kind of sit back, look in the weeds. I don't really like to jump to conclusions, especially in the NFL. But, slowly those will be coming. Because if I was one of those guys, I'd be saying the Broncos were Super Bowl champs after 3 weeks, and they've lost 4 in a row since. So you have to slow down, keep your cool, and just watch the NFL season play out. That's going to do it for today's episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, share. I'm loving all the love you guys are giving me. That sounded weird. I'm loving all the love you guys are giving me. I'm going to keep making these, and I'm going to keep having fun doing it. Thanks.